Welcome back. Another edition, Arizona's Everyday Chef. Today we've got some good food that we're going to be making today. It's going to be yummy. So, missed you guys. Came up with a little bit of something fun to do. It's a baked chicken breast. We're going to be stuffing it with some feta cheese, some pepperoni, a little bit of crushed red pepper. I'm going to top it off with some mozzarella. And then I'm going to have fun and make a little bit of a hollandaise sauce to just kind of dabble it in. And then just for a little side dish, we're going to do what I call, and my kids have called, cheesy spaghetti. So, hang on to your boots, and let's get cracking and cooking. Alright, so I've got all my fun ingredients for everything. First thing we're going to do, we are going to slice open and grab these chicken breasts. I'll show you what we're going to do. I'm going to at least show you with one what we're going to do. I'm going to take off just that little bit of grossness. I'm going to find the nicest part. Probably going to come in right here. We're just basically going to kind of fillet it a little bit. We're going to not have it, but I want to create a pocket. Okay? Oh man. Okay. So, I'm going to create a little pocket right here. Oh yeah, there we go. We're going to season it too. So we're going to make a pocket just like that. Alright? Now I'm going to do this other one, and then we'll be back. Alright, so we've got both of them done now. Now we want to grab some pepperoni. So you're not going to need that much unless you've got some bigger chicken breasts. I actually have some smaller ones. So I'm going to try to do 4. 3, 4, maybe we'll do 5. At least in that one. 4, 3, 4. I'll do 5 in that one. Alright, so pepperoni is done. Now, throw that over there. Feta cheese. Now, feta cheese, there's 2 different kinds of feta cheese. You have the traditional feta cheese, which is actually made out of goat's milk. Has a very strong game flavor, okay? So, if you're not sure that you're really going to be into that, don't get it. Find the one that just says feta. Make sure it comes from cow's milk, okay? Because there's that brand too. You can either do goat or just cow. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut a nice kind of chunk into it. You can also tell the smell. If you open it up and smell it, you'll know which is which. So we want just some halves to put in like that. And I'll show you here. Drop down right on the ground. So they're right like that. Okay? Then I'm going to take a little bit of some red pepper. Just a little red pepper flakes inside. Not too much. Add some nice spice to it. Be a good kick. Now this is pretty much a simple kind of boring type. Getting it all done. The great thing with feta is feta really doesn't melt when you bake it or cook it the way we're doing it. So we've got this, and now I've got the oven heating at 350 degrees, and we're going to bake it for about 35 minutes, but we're going to put on a little bit of topping, and I'll show you that here in just a second. Alright, for my seasonings, just on top, I'm going to take some garlic salt, sprinkle some on. I think we all know I love my Spice Islands garlic salt. They're more than happy to sponsor me. I'd be more than happy to take a lot of garlic salt. Some black pepper. Now, what I'm going to do is, I didn't get those big, massive blocks of mozzarella. I got basically real mozzarella. It's going to be very, very soft. So I'm going to just try to go very soft in my cutting, because this will break apart very, very easily, a lot more so. I don't have a cheese cutter, and I'm just going to place these hoping it doesn't slide off the chicken. Now, I'm going to leave this uncovered. And give me just a second. See, sometimes it doesn't do too well cutting this kind of cheese. So, So as you can see, I just have it covered. Okay, and that's it. Just 2 slices on each. Then we're going to throw it in and let it cook for 35 minutes. Make sure the chicken's nice and cooked. And then while that's cooking, we're going to make up our noodles and our hollandaise sauce. The hollandaise sauce is the tricky part. So let's get this in the oven and let's start on the others. Alright, now for the hollandaise sauce, I've separated 4 egg yolks. I'm going to take a little bit of ground white pepper, just sprinkle some in there, and that's it. Then what I'm also going to do is just take a little bit of my salt, not too much. Now that's all. Now, for the rest of it, I have water boiling because I actually watched somebody do this. And we are going to take this because we're going to be using quite a bit today. So, we're going to take about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, about 3.5, 4 tablespoons of my Kerry's unsalted butter. Now I'm going to hold the butter off too because I need that for the cheesy spaghetti. So I'm going to hold those aside. And I've got water boiling because I'm going to bring it up to a boil. I'm going to heat up the butter, then I'm going to mix it. The one ingredient I need to pick up too is some lemon juice. So I'm going to let the water boil. When we're set to start making it, we'll come back. Alright, so I have the egg yolk, white pepper. I did bring the lemon juice back. Got my whisk. I'm letting the butter a little bit just cool down for just a second. And bringing over, now I heated up some water. I don't do this over boiling water because we definitely do not want the egg yolks to cook. So the butter is pretty well good. We're going to add that. We're going to just start mixing it. And we are going to add just that small dash of lemon juice. And then it's just a lot of mixing. Lots of mixing. And lots of whiskey. Now I may have to add a little bit more butter, but I don't think so. This is just a classic hollandaise sauce. It's just something I've researched and looked over for a long time, trying to find the right one. So I don't think you want to watch me whisk the whole thing, but it's probably, I'll tell you about how long it's going to take. It's probably going to take about 10 minutes before this goes, until it gets into the right consistency. So, we're going to pause it. We'll come back. I'll let you know the exact minutes. And then, alright, just a brief little update. So I've almost pretty much have the consistency. It's taken about 10-12 minutes. keeping it over here on top of the water, mixing it, then taking it off, mixing it, putting it on. I've added about another 1.5 tablespoons of butter, and then I added about another 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. So it has the consistency pretty close. We're just taking it off right now of the water. We'll put it back on once the chicken's ready, which is in about 10 minutes. And in about 3 minutes, the pasta is going to be ready, and we're going to do the pasta, start getting our dinner all set up. Okay, so we got the pasta done. I used the Barilla thin spaghetti. It's the protein one. So I just put it right back in. I drained all the water with my colander. Now I'm going to add a little bit of garlic salt to it. Not too much. Okay, and then I'm going to take about that much butter, plop that in. I'm going to start mixing it around because I want the butter to melt. Now this was only about half a package of it, and then I broke the noodles in half so I did cook them the whole length. May need to add a little bit more butter in. Get in there. So we are going to add a little bit more. Probably about just 1 more tablespoon. Should do the trick. Because the butter is just not absorbing to it. Then I've got some shredded Parmesan that I'm going to dump in. Okay, and then start mixing it all up. Get it all mixed. That butter is still in there, melting away. Okay, so I make my little mess. That's pretty well done. Just kind of top off. I don't really have that much. There's only about half a package. That goes in the trash. And we're going to set this aside and get our chicken. So we'll be back. Wow! Did you look at that? All of that's melted. We're going to take this one that's the closest. Try to get up all that cheese. Okay, and I'm going to spin this around. I'm going to take this off too. I'm going to take this cheese though. Just put it right there. Whew. Kind of let it melt in. Okay. So let me move this out of the way, because I do want to show you how it looks on the inside. Alright, give me just a moment. Yep, it's coming. It's all coming. And the hollandaise sauce. All done. So, you can see inside that feta cheese is still in there. It's a little mushy, but it doesn't cook all the way through like the mozzarella. So, for the rest, just going to take some of this, just put it off on the side. And now, how to do the hollandaise sauce. You know, presentation for me has always been like the hardest thing. But all I'm going to do is take a little bit, not too much. Just kind of let it go over on the side. Okay, so there we have it. Some cheesy spaghetti, chicken with some pepperoni, feta cheese topped with some mozzarella, and some hollandaise sauce to go with it. And then if you really want to have a little bit more fun, grab some paprika. Okay. And there you go. A nice little dinner for you and the family. So this is just something I came up with, just something I've seen too in other places that do some pre-cooked meals. I kind of altered it, made it my own. Still haven't seen any comments about what y'all want me to make, but you better start adding some comments. I want to see it. So, but anyway, listen, I don't want you to forget to like and comment, subscribe if you want to see more, ring the bell, get notifications when I upload a new video. So until next time, happy eating. Have fun cooking. Let me hear what you want to see me make next time. Bye.